Yo, what's up guys? This is probably gonna be the start to my Don't Starve Together Let's Play. Some things I want to get out of the way before I start the video. I forgot to have my mic on while recording this, so you're just gonna hear a voiceover for whatever is playing. My overall goal for this Let's Play is to have something that you can just kind of have running in the background. So it's not gonna be anything not gonna be too super exorbitant while playing. Some things I want to get out of the way. I have a couple mods enabled. Nothing that adds a lot of content into the game, just a bunch of quality of life stuff. I also changed a couple of the settings. If you don't like it, up your butt. I don't really care. My Let's Play. And let's just get into it, I guess. So when I start out in any world, my first couple of goals are always to find Pig King, the Dragonfly, and just set up a base, maybe map out as much of the world as possible, and to collect at least 20 grass tufts and saplings. Also, the series is going to be split into 8-day increments, so every video or episode, I'm going to call them, is going to be 8 days, which is about an hour of playtime. Don't expect super consistent uploads because I'm kind of busy as of right now, but all in all, it shouldn't be too horrible of an upload schedule. Since not much is going to be happening for a minute gameplay wise, I'm just going to do a bit of a montage and be collecting resources. So yeah, after going on a bit of a mining expedition, just general resource gathering, I'm going to begin mapping out the world. I'm going to be gathering resources, including those grass tufts and whatnot. Maybe a bit of gambling on the way, depending on what it is I do with that Bellotro machine. But I'll speed this next part up. It'll just be a lot of me running around for a minute though. But every so often I will just be cutting in to, say if something cool or interesting happens. Right here, I find, I'm doing a little sideways dance, I find Chester's eye, the eye bone, which allows you to have basically a portable chest just wherever you're going, which lets you store your stuff in there. Right now, Abigail is just getting demolished by 50 frogs. I managed to save her before she died, but yeah, I just found Chester, Major W, don't have to look for him later, so just wanted to cut in and say that real quickly. I'll go back to the time lapse. This is one more thing that I wanted to talk about. The clockwork bishop that is on screen right now. I believe he is only there due to the fact that I made it so that of the chess pieces throughout the world. Right now, it's not giving me too much of a bonus. It's 2 gears. I can use that to make like an ice box. But later on, it could, potentially cause issues just from the fact that there could be rooks around the world or other bishops that are just gonna shoot me. Just wanted to pop in and clarify real quick. One more thing. Whenever the flowers go on my screen and it makes that noise, that means that Abigail has cycled through one of her 3 phases. I believe every night that she is alive, she goes up 1 phase. So she starts on phase 1 with, I think, around 300 health. And then she goes to phase 2 with 450. And then phase 3 with 600. Every time she goes up a phase, she gains, as I just said, more health and I believe a little bit more damage. Which, it's just a passive that she has. I just really wanted to highlight what's coming up right here. That's part of what I meant by the extra bishops and knights and rooks can cause an issue where that bishop could have not been there had I not turned it to more. So, just double-edged sword. There's one more bonus to me playing as Wendy that I just haven't talked about. Due to the fact that Abigail, as you can see right now, can just shred through hordes of spiders, it's nice to have spider eggs that you get from breaking tier 3 spider dens, and just have them relatively close to your base so that you can have a constant supply of monster meat, which you can use to make meatballs through the fire. I'll go more in depth later on how you can do this, but for right now, just know that spider eggs are very nice to have if you're playing as Wendy. So, as of right now, I'm in what's called a deciduous forest, and what was just on my screen, over to the left, was a Krampus sack, which you can open using broken deer antlers. I'm probably not going to open it this coming Christmas season, just because I'm not very good at the game. I don't think I could take Krampus the first winter, but just felt like explaining what that was. And now that I've found Pig King, I can finally talk about my plan with him and the Dragonfly, right? So, the Dragonfly has basically two, I guess, phases. It has its enraged and non-enraged form. When it's in its enraged form, you're pretty much going to die, no questions about it. So you want what's called the Pan Flute, which you get from the Glommer statue, which is always in the same biome as Pig King. That's what I just picked up. You use the Glommer statue while the Dragonfly is in its phase change, and it will like stop being enraged and then go to sleep, allowing you to skip its enraged phase and then just continue the fight as normal instead of having to wait until it's over. So right here, I finally found the Dragonfly biome that I was looking for, right? You can tell it's a Dragonfly biome due to the fact that the cactuses are more bulbous rather than like the generic cactus you'd be thinking of. Although this biome ended up being very weird, but that's a fact. Um, the Dragonfly Desert, as the name would imply, always has Dragonfly in it. And it's usually where I make my base, just because I like trying to fight Dragonfly as many times as possible. It gives a decent amount of meat, and it gives a bunch of gems, so it's just nice to fight whenever you can. Right here is where I realized that this desert is kind of a weird one. I have the world generation in a way that has both deserts combined into just one big desert. You can tell due to the fact that the cacti over that I'm about to walk up on is, as I said before, the more generic kind. That's why I'm checking my map. This is actually the most preferable outcome, due to the fact that I can have a separate base away from my main one in the Oasis, which I'm about to come up on. In the Oasis during the summer, I don't think that your crops can catch on fire like wildfire, and you're immune from the antlion's destruction if you don't feed it the cooling stone, or the heat stones, or whatever they are. It's just a really nice biome generation for them being right next to each other. Um, so as I'm approaching the end of the video, I just wanted to go over what happened this, video. We found Pit King. We found the pan flute and the Glommer statue. We found Dragonfly. We mapped out most of the world, and we set up a base and got the grass stuff. So all in all, we completed all the objectives we set for the day. Sorry if the editing is off or anything like that. I recorded and edited this at like 3 in the morning. That's about all I had to say. I'll see you guys in the next video.